Hello dear students, I am Dr. Chitra Dadheech welcomes you all on behalf of Sonadevi Sethia Girls PG College Sujangarh on an online lecture on Simile and Metaphor. So first have a look on simile. What is simile? A simile is a figure of speech that makes a comparison showing similarities between two different things using the words like or as. The word comes from the Latin similes meaning similar, like. So basically a simile is a descriptive phrase that people use to compare one thing with another. So it is very clear that a simile is a literary term, a figure of speech. It is using when a poet, a person wants to make a comparison and showing the similarities between two different things, and he is also using the words like or as. So let's have a look on this picture. Simile, a comparison between two things using as or like. So here in this picture, as you can see, two things that can be compared. The one picture of a girl and another is a sun. So a girl, what she has? She has blue eyes, blonde hair, bright smile, and whereas the sun is round, yellow and bright. So we can here use the matching adjectives, the bright, the matching adjective, the bright, and as or like to write the simile. So how we can use the simile? Her smile is as bright as the sun. Her smile is bright like the sun. Hope it is clear. I also want to give you some common examples of similes using as. So just have a look on the examples of the similes. It was as big as an elephant. She was as sly as a fox. A girl as cunning as a fox. So he is as bright as a sun. His hair is as black as night. These are the common examples even you are also using in your daily life. So she is as good as gold. She is as cold as ice. He is as busy as a bee. Have the look on this picture, the common examples of similes using like. He looks like a fish out of water. Her eyes shone like diamonds. We are like two peas in a pod. The girl was sweet like sugar. The shark had teeth like razors. Life is like a box of chocolates. It was soft like velvet. So these are the common examples we are using in our daily life. Just have the look of this example which we are taking from literature, from the world of literature. So here the example of simile which I taken out from the literary world. My heart is like a singing bird whose nest is in a watered shoot. My heart is like an apple tree whose boughs are bent with thickest fruit. My heart is like a rainbow shell that paddles in a halcyon sea. My heart is gladder than all these because my love is come to me. So, this is an example from Christina Rossitti's poem, A Birthday. So, Rossetti here compares the heart to a joyful bird in a full nest, an apple tree full of fruit, and a beautiful shell in a peaceful sea, in order to poetically describe its joy, its fullness, and its peacefulness. So, this is the simile. Now, come on, metaphor. So, metaphor, what is metaphor? Metaphor is a common figure of speech that makes a comparison by directly using one thing to another unrelated thing. So, I am repeating, metaphor is a common figure of speech, a literary term that makes a comparison. The simile is also a comparison, the metaphor is also a comparison. How the metaphor? It is a comparison by directly relating one thing to another unrelated things. Unlike simile, metaphors do not use words such as like or as to make comparisons. So, how the writer relates the two things? The writer relates the two unrelated things that are not actually the same, and the audience understands that it's a comparison, not a literary equation. So, the word comes from a Latin phrase meaning to carry across, and a metaphor does just that. It carries a shared quality of characteristic across two distinct things. A metaphor asserts a correlation or resemblance between two things that are otherwise unrelated. So, the English word metaphor originates from the Greek metaphora, which means to transfer or to carry over. Indeed, a metaphor transfers meaning from one subject onto another so that the target subject can be understood in a new way. Simply, a metaphor is a literary term. It is a figure of speech that makes a comparison. How? By directly relating one thing to another. And how the things are? They are totally unrelated to one another, and it is not using like or as we are doing in simile. Just have a look on this picture. Metaphor. What does the metaphor mean? Metaphor is a comparison in which one thing is said to be another. For example, my mom is a teddy bear. As the sweet, the cute, my mom is a teddy bear. Just have the common examples of metaphor which we are using in our daily life, like laughter is the best medicine. His heart of a stone surprised me. There is a weight on my shoulder. Time is money. Is a state of mind. Last night I slept the sleep of the dead. She has been living in a bubble. The camel is the ship of desert. Like the camel is very easily, swiftly moving in the desert as the ship moving in the sea. So just have a look on example of metaphor from literature, the world of literature. It is from William Shakespeare's famous play Romeo and Juliet. So Romeo, when he states, "But soft, what light through yonder windows breaks? It is the east and Juliet is the sun." So these lines are from Romeo and Juliet and the words spoken by Romeo. So as one of the most famous romances of all time, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet has many often quoted lines about love. And in this line, Romeo uses the metaphor of Juliet being the rising sun to demonstrate his devotion. So sunrise can signify new hope, which is how Romeo views his relationship with Juliet. So furthermore, the planet revolves around the sun, and the Romeo feels that his world now revolves around Juliet. I hope it is clear to you. So now just have a look on the difference between simile and metaphor. In simile and metaphor, the difference is simple between the definition of simile and that of metaphor. It can be profound. Like, while simile compares two things with the connecting words like or as. As you can see, when in a comparison, a person is using like or as, it is directly we can state that it is a simile. And metaphor simply states that one thing is the other. For example, a simile would be, he was as aggressive as a tiger in that argument. Whereas a metaphor would be, he was a tiger in that argument. So metaphors are thus subtler and can be stronger in a rhetorical sense because they equate the two things in comparison rather than just present them as similar. And similes, however, allow for truly bizarre comparisons that make the reader stretch to understand the connection between them. I'm just presenting at last the metaphor and simile. What is the definition? What is the purpose? The quick memory tip and the examples. So again, just for the last, we are rewinding it again. A metaphor is a comparison between two things that are not alike, that are not same, and replaces the word with another word. And in simile, a comparison between two things that are not alike and replaces the word with another word and uses the word like or as. What is the purpose of metaphor? To paint a picture for the reader. And what is the purpose of simile? To paint a picture and give an example. And what is the quick memory tip? The subject is said to be another in metaphor and the subject is as or like another in simile. For example, the toss jumped out of the toaster. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. I told you 1,000,000 times to clean your room. And the examples of simile: she cried like a baby. Life is like a box of chocolates. He was as busy as a bee. She was sung as a bug in a rug. He was blind as a bat. So I hope it is clear to you. And the simile and metaphor are very interesting literary terms, figure of speech for all of us. Every literature student should know about it. So hope you all like it. Till that, keep studying, keep loving the videos. Thank you.